Get off that.
Oh,
You're listening to something now?
oh my god.
Okay, take your time.
Okay.
Calvin, take your time. Take your time. Take your time. Calvin, take your time. Kari, what can you rate about my car, the Mazda CX-30, which is kind of at least 10 out of 10 or 7 out of 10? 8 out of 10. Yeah, that's an 8 out of 10 for Ikari. So 8, 10 equals to, I don't know what we've seen on the, I'll check here on Google. Uh, I just have to go enter at the rest area and I will ask Google to rate this from 8 plus 10 equals to, I'm gonna check here on Google. Okay, I'm just have to enter here. So since I've been rather to being part of okay, I just know that we gonna see uh numbers here. Okay. Hey Google, what's 8 plus 10? Uh,
Is
to told you it's 18.
18.
18 rates of the Mazda CX-30, but it's 18
Why
stars.
don't you learn math?
Yeah, I know I've been trying maths before, but as always, I can try doing something in the future when I'm gonna be on math. But as always, your Streamlabs broken. No, it's not broken, Hikari. Hikari, look, listen, it's not broken. See, it's very fast. It's very okay. So I think though that is I think that is fast enough to stream. But I think that
Well, I have to say,
yeah,
your Twitch streams are excellent.
yeah,
After all, they're not even lagging at all.
yeah.
Good,
And I
it's a
know that
good thing.
yeah, some other ideas that we're gonna see into, and I know we can do probably be trying to set another cars for a bit, but I will go enter some enter here at the dealership first when I'm gonna be grinding again. So when I'm gonna be checking here,
I'll tell you this truth.
yeah,
While I was at Twitch with Mr. Shadow Phantom on January, his Twitch stream was like so laggy, and I
yeah,
just texted the missing pencils on their chat and told Mr. Shadow Phantom's Twitch stream is so laggy. And the next day, he blocked me forever. And as of now, he is a few months ago, he is back on Twitch and his streaming was good, but I will never see him again. It's kind of sad. As of now, I have decided to block him back,
yeah.
at which I will no longer going to be seeing him yet. But we will find out if we could see Mr. Shadow Phantom again soon, probably next year. We will find out, and even the other users too,
Same with also with
like
GaboCrack.
Jake, yeah,
Listen,
even Jake
Cal,
Zubrod.
listen. I'll talk to me first. When I know that GaboCrack64 recently blocks Daniel Resh's account, but suddenly though they've only preferred to Miramation, Tommy Draws Forever, and all other users. So I think though that GaboCrack is no longer to have a friend with Shadow Phantom anymore. So I think before I'd rather not to follow Shadow Phantom. But I remembered before last November 2022 when I've been showing the Daniel Resh's post that he is that is a very good impression that regarding with the Daniel Resh's artwork. So he draws for the sleeping for Jake's Abroad also, but he showed me on Instagram stories. I know it been remembered before that Daniel Regis was blocked to your account, but that as always before, GaboCrack recently betrayed Daniel Resh's account, so he always want to no longer to see the Mr. Shadow Phantom on their account. But that's very okay to him. But we try to move on at least. But we move forward to the new memories for GaboCrack64. So I've been rathered before some other ideas that we've seen each other's. So I know that that is a very sad story. So after the days before, from January up to November, but I've known this 2024 it's gonna be a hard one, and I think that is a good idea that when the Mr. Shadow Phantom will be forgiven to, first of all, to Andy Loud, Gabo Crack, and the rest of them, that I could probably be wait for a little longer. So, Cal, what do you prefer that Shadow Phantom betrays to the Gabo Crack? Not only to Jake Subrod, what do you preferred, Cal, besides Jake Subrod and the rest of the team? Cal,
Draws forever.
Tommy draws forever. Yeah, I think
Yeah, I
that.
will have to tell you this. I am good with GaboCrack64 and
Yes.
also Purple Dino 100,
Yeah,
but they are like good buddies.
but suddenly they've been said through its idea before when the Purple
I
Dino.
always give him lots of support to GaboCrack64.
Yeah, before the separation of Purple Dino 100 before. But I will just gonna showing you on the Instagram account of GaboCrack64 Gabunist. Am I gonna see this quote from now? So this is a long quote while I'm streaming. So here we are when I'm gonna be checking here. So I think though we're gonna see this one here. Okay, I'll just have a quote from now. For today, I'm going to show that is respect and that is actually not hurting those who loved you like artist. The one who is the one who never believes in haters that in the end, they could be possible mentally ill. So see you later, Daniel Resh. Go with those who love you the most. You trust. Go with Mirror and Tommy. Goodbye, and I hope to get better and realize your mistakes. Sincerely, GaboCrack64Louder, your best friend who is no longer your friend. Unquote. That is a very sad quote for the GaboCrack64. So last May 31, though, that they've decided to go broke up with him, but that's okay with that. So they only prefer to Mirrormation and Tommy Draws Forever. So I do rather hope sometimes. And also TJ Rickle also blocks with Shadow Phantom 64. Shadow Phantom I think. So I do probably be on the seeing through relationships all over again. But at least they will no longer to see their relationships as well. But this year though, I can't to say that I've known that we've cut ties to Missing Pencils, but I just deleted on X, formerly known as Twitter. So hear me out, chat, including Cal, that I've been probably be deleting the Twitter account. And I know last September of 2022, when I've shown the cartoony Daniel on Instagram before, so suddenly it's blocked at me, and then suddenly I've cried a lot of few things. When I think that Mr. Shadow Phantom tells me that you can say what if some days or one day, but they said before, I have to say that they will no longer to see them each other. Like it's a sad story. Like it's a very very sad story when I know at least been the hardest part when at least we've separated each others, and I think we should probably not to give a chance to forgive, but we can forgive longer until that everyone's are forgiven. Urchin Roll also just bashed on the social media accounts on on Instagram. But listen though, I will just have a quote from now, since I will be pretending as Pixel Octane or I will be pretending as Urchin Roll. So
Yeah, you should make a nice quote letter to Purple Dino 100, and maybe he'll feel so much better about it. What do you think about that?
okay,
He was like a buddy to us.
okay. I'm doing to pretend. Listen, Cal, listen. I will just pretend as Urchin Roll. Normally, I don't comment on posts like this because I think they're stupid and they are, but is the stupidest thing I've ever read, and the literally causing yourself drama by making a big post about it. You're putting other people on the spot for being friends with someone and don't seem to try and reflect on why would not to want to be friends with you. I've seen the post about losing friends over and over, and you more or less and blame everyone else and don't reflect on what you yourself did. The worst part of is you have people blindly just saying they are supporting without doing anything. Help out. I If you wanted to stop issues, like stop freaking up talking about it online, it pushes people away and you just cause more issues for yourself. I highly suggest talking with people on issues privately and certainly not to make big ass call out posts because it literally solves nothing. Unquote. So yeah, it's a thing that Urchin Roll bashes the GaboCrack64 official. So here we are. Another quote for the GaboCrack64 official. So I'll be pretend as GaboCrack. Urchin Roll, look, actually Daniel Resch betrayed me for the second time and I gave him a birthday present with a great affection, and this year he blocked me for a few weeks. Okay. Wait, Cal, we're not yet done. Urchin Roll says, GaboCrack64Louder official, how did he betray you by blocking you? That's not betraying, and making a fan art of someone is a gift. You aren't entitled to anything. If you give someone a gift, if you a fan art for someone, that doesn't automatically make you friends. Man, I hate it. But always, Jarmin Meister is now live, so it's 2 hours, I think. Yeah, Jarmin Meister is kind of live, I think. So I can continue to stream, however, and I will just gonna wrap things up a little. But as always, Cal, I know that we've quoted a lot, some quotes before betraying some Dan and Urchin Roll. But Cal, what do you think about acting? Cal, voice acting, Callie. Callie, hello?
Oh, see.
Cal, what did you think
It was fantastic. Like
Yeah.
that voice acting. You Roll and Gabo.
Yeah. And I know I said before, I love to see that, but I know I don't want. I know if Urchin Roll will be my friend also, but I don't need to be friend the Urchin Roll. But I guess sometimes if we can join with Urchin Roll on the stream, but he could be part of the Besties soon. But it's not from Besties, but it's from the Missing Pencils, I think. But as always, we can go to the place that we want to get to is entering the Pekanlongan, I think. So as always, this year 2024 will be forgiven and they will be fix his mistaken. So Dan will be fixing his mistaken, and then GaboCrack will be listening to forgive. But I will do this, for example, like if the Shadow Phantom could be saying, I'm sorry Gabo, we only forgiven for you, but please don't ever betray me as always. But I know that would be happens here next. So in that case though, that if the Mr. Shadow Phantom can be always forgive for everyone, at least. So if the Missing Pencils could separate for the Mr. Shadow Phantom, and I think though that is very sad for another one to separate. But I think though that could be a leave from the Discord server for the Missing Pencils. Like for example, Mr. Shadow Phantom will be leave from Discord server of the Missing Pencils, or they will be kicked out or banned. So I think, for example, I think he will be forgive sometimes if Mr. Shadow Phantom can be usually forgives. Uh,
Hmm.
that sounds kind
I
of
agree with Daniel for giving us next year. He
yeah.
was like a buddy to us and makes adorable art styles like me.
Last year, though, I think that we could when was the last year before Cali? Before was officially been separated on January? December or what?
It was late January when Mr. Shadow Phantom banned me forever.
Or you mean blocked, right? You mean blocked.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I was banned from seeing his accounts.
so that is a very
You will learn his mistakes soon.
yeah. I hope that we've forgiven them. But as always, we're gonna find some house anyway. But I think we're gonna check here if I can do a check and arrive here. But most of all, I can go find here. So whether I can check from that. No, that's wrong way, I think. I think we're gonna go.
Say, do you have Purple Dino 100's email address?
Oh, who? Uh,
Purple Dino 100's email address.
yeah. Don't share some other email address. But I will share this privately when I'm gonna be off the stream afterwards. But maybe I have to find somewhere else. But most of all, I have to say this car is very unique and perfect. But maybe I can do something else first.